So, hello fellow Earthlings. This is Earthlings 64554633728. And I would say regarding Piers Morgan that Sharon Osbourne basically needs a therapy session. And I'll say why. As usual, I am Earthling, yada yada yada. I have a couple degrees. I've traveled the world before the happening. I'm an ex-army reservist. I have, I guess that's it for me. Anyway, Sharon Osbourne was supporting her friend Piers Morgan. She was supporting him doing what? What was she supporting him doing? Well, I guess he was doing his job as he sees it, pulling down Megan. What's her name? I don't know. But Megan, the actress, the princess. Is she a princess now? So he was pulling her down and saying that he didn't believe a word that she said, and Sharon Osbourne was supporting that. Well, I guess she changed her mind because she asked herself a rhetorical question on her show, her TV show with the other ladies. Does she agree with what he says? Does she think that it was a nice thing? No and no. That did not come across in the tweet that she sent out in support of Piers Morgan. And I don't understand why she doesn't see that that's a problem. I don't understand it at all. And, in her discourse with her co-host, she kept asking, what about this situation makes me or even Piers a racist? And the thing about it is, I guess people need analogies because it's so clear when you just give somebody an analogy. So the idea is, of course, is that Megan was saying that she felt suicidal and there are issues that came up because of her race, the fact that she is mixed. And Piers said that he didn't believe it, and of course Sharon supported him saying that he didn't believe it. I don't know why she even needed to interject in the way that she did. She could just say that, hey Piers, but no, she put a bunch of exclamation marks, and she's like I think it was a kind of a good job kind of thing. I don't know how it is that she doesn't get that people obviously thinks that she agrees with him. And if she doesn't, that needs to be heard louder. But again, back to analogies. If it is that Megan was talking about the fact that race was an issue for her in the royal family, and Piers is saying that he doesn't believe it, let's flip it around. Let's put it in a situation where Megan was saying the fact that she was a woman was a problem. Not in the exact context. Let's just say that Megan had gone to do some work and the fact that she was a woman is a problem. Now let's say Piers says exactly the same thing. I don't believe her. I don't believe any of that. I don't believe a word that she says. And Sharon said, yeah, you go, Piers. I think she would have understood exactly the ramifications of what she was saying there. If you're supporting Piers, even if you're not actually, but it seems like you are, and it's an anti-woman thing that he's saying, does it seem clearer now? Does it seem like people might think that you're some kind of self-hating misogynist or something like that because you agree with a guy who doesn't believe that being a woman can have repercussions, that there are people out there who, well, I guess he just believes that the royal family would never do anything wrong. And other people have pointed out the fact that even is it Ben Shapiro? Ben Shapiro was saying something similar, that he didn't believe that people had discussions about the color of somebody's skin. Like, how dark that they are going to be. And as these two guys, I can't remember what their name is, but Abba and Preacher or something, uh, they were like, duh, everybody has heard that. Whether you are an Indian from India, or you are, an African person, or you are somebody who's mixed, or you are Italian, or whatever it is, I mean, it comes up. How can you say that you don't? Anyway. Or for example, if it was, what's something else that Sharon would yeah, I don't understand. Then the other bit where she just loses it. And obviously, she is not, well, she is married to Ozzy Osbourne. I'm surprised that they've managed to stay married for so long. I guess they have had many near misses. Nobody would put a boring family on TV. So I guess they, that's the kind of person that she's going to be. She's not the person who says necessarily, let's sit down and talk this out and see what we can make of this situation. She would not be on her show if she was that kind of person. So I guess that is exactly what the producers and the people involved in her show wanted. They wanted somebody who was opinionated, and she certainly is. So I don't think, I guess there's not really a problem there. I guess they just need to pretend to look into it and then put her right back on the show in the same way that they might put on, is it, what's that lady's name, McCain? Is it Meghan McCain as well? Yeah. She is a somewhat controversial figure, even in the Republican Party itself. So that's what they were looking for. It's the same thing, I suppose, with Dancing with the Stars. But on a human note, the fact that Miss Osbourne is who she is, if she's ever to really appreciate why people would just think that she's 100% on Piers Morgan's side and agrees with him, even though, she said it in passing, well, do I agree with him? Do I think that what he said was right? No, so then what are you doing? Why are you involving yourself? Why aren't you making it explicit what exactly? I mean, you did say you believe in free speech, but this lawyer mentioned the fact that free speech is about the government. You know what I'm saying? You can say anything that you wanted to say. All that stuff about free speech is about what the government can do to you, the parameters of your speech and what the government can do about it. You can say anything that you want to say, and legally, in order to stay within the law, people are just supposed to say whatever it is back at you. Of course, the law can invoke provocation as an idea, as a concept, to say, well, if somebody hit you, maybe you were looking for it, maybe you had it coming. I don't know why that is a thing in the law, but it is apparently a thing in the law where somebody might not have to pay any legal repercussions as a result of doing something to you because of something that you said. But anyway. But yeah, as a human being, given her age, I don't expect that Miss Osbourne, Sharon Osbourne, is really going to be able to look over the sequence of events and appreciate it for what it is. If things were right, I think there should be, maybe she should get a timeout, as an adult, because then there's this whole thing with she's claiming that, or at least that's the headline, that she was blindsided by her the corporate offices, and that they brought up that topic or something. She's a public figure who had her own reality TV show and then is on TV most working days giving her opinion about stuff. I don't know how she figures that it was not going to come up. But then again, like I said, being calm and rational and logical about topics is not the type. You're not looking for that type of person to be on TV. You have to say things that are somewhat off color in order for people to want you to be on TV. That's how Fox News works. That's how many of these television shows work. So yeah, but really, she should, if things were just, she really should sit down with a therapist and get a breakthrough as to why things happened the way that they did. It's unlikely that that's going to happen, but she probably really does need a therapy session, and really there should be some kind of ramifications. Maybe not necessarily that she should lose her position, but there should be some kind of thing, because anybody else who's looking, it might confuse people who, for them, this is a formative event. They're going to look at this and say, oh, that's how it went. Well, maybe she's right. Maybe she's right that, she's supporting her friend. And I think when your friend does something odd that you don't agree with, you can't come back and say that you don't really agree with it, given the manner in which she showed her support for her friend. It just throws everybody off. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. And feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, any of those things that YouTube wants you to do. The same way that you would want somebody to do it if this were your channel. Have a good one. Peace.